Has any new evidence come to light that might affect the case or help her position?
Yes, so our position has always been that the US case against Meng has been about leverage, it's been about trade, it's been about geopolitical power. What it hasn't been about is justice. And as this case has unfolded, more and more evidence has come to light, which has shown that this case is a political prosecution. So if you go back to the core US allegation against Meng, the thing for which she's charged, she's charged with lying to the British bank HSBC at a coffee shop in Hong Kong in 2013, right? And what's come to light over the course of these legal proceedings is that she didn't lie to HSBC, that HSBC was aware at all relevant times, both at a junior level and at a senior level, about the subject matter they were talking to Meng about, which was Huawei's relationship with an entity called Skycom. And so what essentially has happened is that the US record of the case has been proven to be full of errors and omissions. And in fact, the only fraud that has been committed is the fraud against the courts in Canada and Meng Wanzhou by the United States.
Some say Meng was being used as a bargaining chip for the Trump administration to negotiate trade deals with China. If the Biden administration presses ahead with the case, the credit may still go to Trump. However, if Biden drops the case, he will be criticized for being soft on China. Is Meng a kind of pawn in the current tensions between China and the United States?
She has absolutely become a pawn in these US-China tensions. And it's just a sign of how untenable both her position is and this prosecution has become, right? This case has stopped being about what Meng is alleged to have done at this coffee shop in Hong Kong in 2013, but about the role that she can play as leverage that the US can use sort of against China. And that's very unfair to Meng. It's very unfair to Huawei. It's very unfair to China in many ways that an individual could be treated this way. Ultimately, this is not how justice is supposed to happen, right? You're not supposed to have people used as bargaining chips, as Meng has been used as a bargaining chip. And I would add that the US has admitted that they were using Meng as a bargaining chip, right? In the days following her detention under the Trump administration, he himself said, President Trump said, that he would be willing to release her if it got him a better trade deal with China, which is obviously an unacceptable position. And President Biden has not repudiated that yet. He's not distanced himself from those comments.
What will Huawei do if she's being handed over to the United States?
So from our perspective, that is both an unlikely outcome, but also an unacceptable outcome. And let me explain what I mean by that. Since these charges were filed against Meng, all of the evidence that has come to light has shown that she's not guilty of the crime for which she's been charged, right? She was charged with lying to HSBC, and what's emerged is that HSBC was not deceived. She was charged with causing economic harms or loss or risk to HSBC, and there's been no evidence that HSBC suffered any economic loss or risks because of their interactions with Meng. And so it would be like sending an innocent person to jail for her to be sent to the United States. And so from our perspective as a company, that is an unacceptable outcome.